Hey, this is Suicide Joker. This is going to be a short video, and I'm going to explain how all these characters come about, like Fat Man from the Holler, Psycho from the Holler, the Clowny Dead Boy, and all these other characters. How all these other characters and everything that I've come up with, where it comes from is I have an imagination. I don't have to watch TV, and I'm limited on the TV I watch. I watch cartoons, which is simple. I watch Adult Swim. I watch serial killers. I watch IDTV. I watch nature. I watch Discovery. I watch things where things are as they are, where things aren't being manipulated, like an animal in the zoo, and then the people get mad because an animal in the zoo kills somebody. An animal that's in a zoo should never been in the zoo. It's like people being in prison. Some people understand they need to be in prison. And I mean the child molesters, the rapists, the people that harm mentally ill and handicapped and children, and all that kind of stuff. I don't think they need to be in prison. And I mean, most of the world's with me on it. Nobody needs to be a victim of the crime they commit upon a family and a person. They don't need to be a victim twice of paying taxes for it. The government needs to just say, hey, look, this is what you are. You grow your own food. You do your own thing. You all live together and you manage and you make money and you be productive. Or guess what? We're sending your ass to a gas chamber. That's how I am. Because I can do bad stuff and I can say all kinds of bad stuff, but there's a person in me that has a code of chivalry to a certain point. I have no love for the government, no love for schools or anything that extorts people, no corporations, because everybody, they got unions and lobbyists and you can't get rid of them. Like the government has a union for themselves. Why would the government have a union for themselves? Because guess what? It's like, hey, guess what? I got a union that protects me from me. That's about ignorant as it gets. Like teachers lobby, teachers are horrible. They won't fire them because they're in a union. They're protected. So they send them to poverty-stricken places to be teachers to actually make poverty worse than what it is, where these people ain't learning nothing, and some of them come from broken homes where they don't have the ability anyway. This is the kind of stuff I see. I see perception, and everybody always gets it twisted. I do have insanity, and it's always for comedy, entertainment, like an actor. It's not that I say people should go kill nobody or go rob people or do bad stuff. It's an act. It's my thoughts. I'm free to think how I want. I can think how I want. I can feel what I want, and I can say what I want to a certain point. If you say it wrong on YouTube, you can see what happened to Kanye West. Guess what? He's sitting there running his mouth all stupid and retarded and not even trying to come off with anything with any kind of legitness. He could just said, hey, I don't like the World Bank and how the World Bank operates and other people and how I feel my people's been extorted. Like Jerry Heller and all that. I've already discussed all that. Jerry Heller did the Easy and NWA. Everybody knows they've seen the movie and this and that, and that's how it is. Guess what? All races are extorted and that, but how I was developed, I didn't come from a race. I come from a dividing line. I come from the middle and Midwest, trailer hood. I seen the trailer hood where I grew up, and then I seen the projects where my friends came from. You know, there was all different. There's all different races. It could be white, African Americans, Asians, Latinos, any race. And I seen the dividing line was, guess what? There's only two kinds of people, rich people and poor people. There's no difference in a poor person living in a mobile home than a poor person living in the projects of government housing. And then I seen how some of the people that have money treated other people. You divide us to control us. You don't. And I hated going to school. I didn't go to school. I didn't care about reading. And I was like fifth. I was like in middle school, and they're like, you got a fifth grade reading level. And they said all kinds of shitty shit to my mom. They should never even been saying in the first place. They should have been being a teacher trying to help me and understand what was causing my mental fucking shit to kick off the way it was, which was family deaths and a lot of shit. A family member being murdered. They didn't care. So guess what? This is where my character comes from. It comes from pain and torment. How could Hank Williams sing all the songs Hank Williams sung? It's called pain, life, substance abuse, and a whole lot of stuff. Because everybody wants to do covers and they want his fame. Guess what? He didn't even want to be famous. Hank Williams was saying in his life. An artist draws his life. We don't want to be famous. All we want is acceptance of ourselves. We're not looking for self gratification. And this is part one of how it is when a suicide joker comes about. I didn't just come about overnight. It develops over years. And I'm trying to keep this short. It's 5 minutes, a little too long. If you enjoy it, follow it, because guess what? I will explain it. I'll explain what created it, and that is all.